Welcome back, folk. Welcome back to another episode of Table Smashers. You guys already know I'm with my main man Todd. And we got a lot to talk about, man. What a great weekend it was. Our beloved Buffalo Bills came back to defeat the New England Patriots in what was a must-win game, and not only for the division, but just for temporarily talking shit reasons, because we will face this team again. Nonetheless, I expect to see them in the playoffs. But enough of that, Todd. Let's get into it, man. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Uh, Super excited now. I was a little hesitant the last couple of wins. I'm like, are we? I wasn't sure what we were as a team. Still, this game has put me in a different mindset where I'm like, you know what? We can do. I think we can do this if we play like this. Here, what I don't want to happen is be down 3 touchdowns in a playoff game. That I don't like. But how we've come back, the defense and how they're playing, especially in the second half. Josh is ready to rock and roll. His mindset is, I'm gonna be a daddy. I'm married to a movie star. My nemesis Patrick Mahomes is not around anymore. I'm ready to go. So I feel really good, and I feel more confident after this win than I did the last 2 wins, where they played great. But I think I think we're in a different spot with this team with 3 weeks
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, man. You know what? Let's talk about it, Todd. Let's start with the offense because again, here's a team that the New England Patriots they had 2 weeks to prepare for this team,
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So New England was sitting for 2 weeks with in preparation with getting ready for the Buffalo Bills. And at the very beginning of the game, they showed that they had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They
No
came
doubt.
out and they came out fast.
No
Buffalo
doubt.
um punted their first 3 possessions of the game, two of them being three and outs. So the Buffalo Bills, again, they, like you just touched on, and we'll touch on later on, they overcame a lot of adversity early on, and revisiting games like the Texan game and some of the Miami Dolphins game,
Yeah.
it put me in a different mindset, and it let me know that this team does have fight. Because being
Yeah.
completely honest with you, those 2 games, I was actually questioning the heart of our team and
Yeah.
whether we not, like, come on, like you just don't get smacked the fuck around
Yeah.
and not do nothing about it. But the Buffalo Bills actually did complete opposite this time around. And let's talk about it, man. Todd, tell me about the offense. Tell me how you felt. Because again, myself, I kept telling you though, we're gonna be all right.
I
We're gonna be
know.
all right.
I,
We're gonna
I
be all
like that.
right.
I like that you do that because I'm so negative when in so many situations when I watch these games, and I like that you're like, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay because I
Yeah.
didn't think so. Obviously, in the first half.
And I told you, I said, Todd, this is gonna be one of those games that we're gonna look at in the third, fourth quarter. I don't think I said that verbatim, but I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
this is gonna be one of those games that we're gonna look up and we're gonna say, holy shit, how are the Bills still in this game?
I
Well, it
know.
looks like we've been dominated throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
And nonetheless, Buffalo Bills did exactly that. But talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on the offense? What's your thoughts on the direction of the team? And then we'll kick into defense and carry on from there.
Uh, we got the running game going, which is key to for us because we don't have wide receivers that can take over a game. So the running game is crucial for us. Uh, our tight end attack is now legit. It's now a part of the offense. We're using Knox more, which I love because I've always loved Knox. And I always wondered at the beginning of the year, why aren't we using him more? Kincaid did fine, but we just mixed and matched with the tight ends. And then what you had said, and I did too, but you were saying it more like, let's get the ball out to the backs. Let's get the ball out to the backs. And I think they did that and are doing that more often because they are lacking at the wide receiver position. So they're utilizing the tight ends, the backs, and the running game. And then we have, I swear to God, he's the MVP of the league right now. He's the MVP in my eyes. Drake May ain't no MVP. You could maybe say Matthew Stafford, but Matthew Stafford's team is loaded on offense. So it's easier for him to throw, for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. He doesn't have to work as hard. But the offense played great. They scored. They had 5 drives in a row where they scored, and they just took over the game. They took over. the game, I like the fact that they had the ball at the end of the half and then they got it back at the beginning of the third. That helps a lot. I feel like that is our situation almost every game. It's kind of weird. I feel like we end the first half with the ball and then we start it again with the third. I don't know if that's just coincidence, but obviously that has to do with the kickoff. So offensively, we're a machine right now. We're a different kind of machine, but we're a machine.
Yeah, man. Listen, Josh Allen finished the game 19 for 28 with 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. But
Crazy.
most importantly, in that second half, he was 14 for 20 with 159 yards.
He
So
dominated.
Josh Allen definitely put the cape on. But most importantly, what he did was he took what the defense gave him.
Yeah.
For as much as he took over that game and for as much as he kicked their ass, he took what the defense gave him.
Yeah.
And you touched on it. Get the ball to the get the ball to the tight ends. Get the ball to our running backs. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This may be a little premature, but I would love to think that Sean McDermott is taking a page out of Bill Belichick's book.
A little bit, maybe.
When it comes to tight ends.
Yeah.
Remember, when the Patriots started that early reign of kicking people's ass, they had Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
And those two were killing people.
They were.
So I would love to think that Sean McDermott's possibly taking a page out of that book and saying, listen, I got a 3-headed monster at tight end. To your point, as far as Kincaid, I think they pretty much monitoring him and they scaling him back a little bit.
Yeah,
they're not trying to give him too much workload because they're trying to keep him around for a bit. But
no doubt.
I think Sean McDermott is onto something. Joe Brady's onto something. You and I have touched on it.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love the direction they're going in.
Yeah. Because that's all we have on offense. Well, we got a lot. We got Josh, we got Cook, we got 3 tight ends that can do things, and we got 2 backs that can catch the ball. I mean, Cook is finally getting passes thrown to him. It took him half the season, but we got 2 backs that can catch it in open space and do some damage. So we're utilizing our strengths. It's working. If at some point we come across a defense that is able to shut down the tight end game and the backs coming out, catching balls in open space, then Josh has got to work his magic and try to find the open receivers. But right now, that's not a problem. So let's just keep doing what we're doing. That's all we got.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I think that I think the Bills find a lot of success in that. Yeah. I really do. And as far as Joshua Palmer goes, right, he made 2 bonehead moves on Sunday.
They sat him down quick too.
I would have done the same shit, right?
Yeah, can't do that.
I'm gonna tell you something. Josh Allen took 3 shots, 3 deep shots.
He did,
and I think it's only a matter of time before those 2 get a connection going, man.
I hope so.
Those 2, as well as what's
Cooks?
the word?
Brandon Cooks.
Absolutely. I think it's only a matter of time to Brandon Cooks, Joshua Palmer, and Josh Allen get a connection going. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Joshua Palmer's an excellent route runner, and so is Brandon Cooks.
I saw there was a route that they had a replay on. I don't know if he even had a catch. Did Palmer even have a catch? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so. I know he made 2 bonehead ass moves, man. I was ready to kill him.
Yes, but
and then
he ran a route.
When he laughed.
Yeah, like, I know. That was early in the game. I'm like, are you kidding me? There was a route that I think they replayed. He ran a route that was excellent. It was a comeback. It was just a grind it out, stop, and then turn around, and it was like a comeback route. But it was a route that you could see, like he can run some good routes, and that was the thing with him when they got him in free agency. So I don't think he's completely healthy. They haven't needed him yet, but I really would like to see him catch more balls because I think he has the potential, like I said a few podcasts ago, that he could be a Diggs-like player for us.
I agree. I would also like to see the Buffalo Bills get Shakir going as well. Like if we can have what we have right now, what the Buffalo Bills have done, I think they've put enough on film now with these tight ends. Because listen, the tight ends had 7 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
Right. So I think what they've done and what they've put on paper, they've put enough on paper that you have to respect what they're capable of doing.
Right.
And we're not factoring Josh Allen himself. Like, listen, we had a little more design runs for Josh Allen.
Yes.
I think now you're starting to see. I said this before. I think Joe Brady's kind of staying the fuck out the way, man. Like, listen, let these guys play.
Yeah.
Let them listen. You're just there to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
But let the kids be kids.
Yeah.
Let them play.
Yeah. And this is the time of year, and we've seen this in Josh's career, especially the last, I want to say, 3 years. They don't want him to run too much until it's December and playoff football. And now they're designing runs for him because it's that time of year, and it's time for him to start, using all his tools. And he's doing it effectively, as he always does. But it's such a weapon when he takes that ball and runs. Nobody can stop him. He's a beast. I'm sorry. He in my eyes is the MVP, and it's not just because he's our quarterback. He's doing so much with so little, other than Cook on the offense. Let's just monitor this because, I don't care about the MVP, but he's proving why he's so great. And if they're able to do what they're doing the next 3 weeks and they finish the season strong and he keeps having these games, how could you not give it to him? Seriously.
I'm on the same page with you again. We said this last year. We preached this last year. MVP is most valuable player, the value you bring into your team.
Totally.
And what Josh Allen has brought to the Buffalo Bills, especially this year, and especially it cannot go unseen. And I know you're going to have a lot of Josh haters that's going to say, oh, no way.
Yeah.
I've come to grips that as long as Josh Allen's in the league, he's going to deal with the hate.
Yeah.
But again, you cannot act like you don't see what this man has brought to the Buffalo Bills and the organization in a whole. And Drake May, good quarterback.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot. I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna jump a little on the Patriots a little bit. And I know I may get some slack for this as well, but you know anything about me, I don't really give a shit, right?
I don't care.
I think they have crowned Drake May way too soon.
Absolutely.
I think New England, and with reason, they dominated for 20 years, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
New England is so used to winning.
Yes.
That when they were losing and they got back on the winning train, they automatically think Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And again, I think that they were spoiled with Tom Brady. What Tom Brady brought to that organization, shit. Again, as a Buffalo Bills fan, I can admit he was killing the league.
Yeah. Yeah. He was.
And I think that they've crowned Drake May way too soon again. And Sean McDermott put that on display this past Sunday. There's a lot that kid hasn't been exposed to.
No, he hasn't been in this situation, playoff atmosphere against the defending division champs who have the best quarterback in the league and are very good on the road for the most part. They're battle tested. The Patriots hadn't had to deal with that. They had the win in Buffalo. That propelled them to win their 10 or whatever it was straight. And they got comfortable and they got cocky. And I don't even think this loss to Buffalo is a reset for the Pats. I think they're a good team. They're not ready. They're not going to the Super Bowl this year. That's not happening. That team is not ready to go to the Super Bowl and do anything. Because honestly, they got to get past us. That's how confident I feel right now about Buffalo. They got to. Everybody in the AFC has to deal with us. We're probably going to be on the road for all of our games, but I like our chances anywhere. You send me to Denver. Honestly, I think we can take care of Houston, even if we had to go there, which we might not. I think we're ready to face Houston again. I feel confident, just like you felt confident against New England this week. I feel confident if we had to play Houston in a playoff game that we would get past them. We would figure it out. They're not going to do that what they did to us twice.
I would agree with that. I'm not going to debate you on that. Although, like I said, Houston worries me and scares me a little bit. But what I seen this past week with the Buffalo Bills, down 3 scores and still battling back and still showing heart. And again, like I told you, I felt confident throughout the whole game. I don't know what the fuck it was about it, but
something just I don't either.
I kept saying, "Stop, we're gonna be all right. Trust me, we're good. I just feel good in the direction that this Buffalo team is going. it's just something about watching them now.
Yeah,
It's something in
you're
seeing
right.
them, like seeing them, watching them in the sidelines, watching them in the game is something different.
Yes.
Watching them now, as opposed to watching them a month ago. Watching them a month ago, you're like, this team don't even look itself.
No.
Josh Allen doesn't look happy. He
No.
looks miserable.
Yeah.
But now it's like this team here, it's like they got a second win, man. It's like they
Yeah.
got a second win.
The only thing that, I don't like, and anybody would agree, is that I don't like how we come out of the gate slow and we have to fight back, late first half and then into the second half. Um, but it's working. I just don't want it to be that way, especially when the playoffs come. We're going to play the best team. So you don't want to be down 3 touchdowns in the playoffs. You don't want to be down, 17-0 right out of the gate. But we know that if that does happen, we have the capability to fight and claw back. We are always in every single game we play. Always. Even the Miami game, well, that's an outlier. That we got beat up in that game. We were just not focused. But I said this last week. We're in every game. We've always been in every game for the last 4 or 5 years with Josh.
And I will say this: I don't want to live in that territory, being
No,
down 3 scores, and it's good to know that we have the capability of doing it. And again, against a team like the New England Patriots, who, again, I don't think they're as good as people say they are,
no,
but
not
again, they
yet.
don't suck either. And again,
No,
Drake May has a promising future.
sure.
But so it's just good to see that the Buffalo Bills do have it in them, but I don't want to live there either. So I'm with you on the fact that they have to get off to a faster start because it's only a matter of time. You can't live there, man. That shit
No,
will eventually bite
no.
you in the ass.
Yeah,
And the game clock never changes. It's always going to be 60 minutes a game.
yeah,
And there's going to come a day, God forbid, hopefully no time soon, hopefully be sometime next season, in which you're going to run out of minutes.
yeah.
So they can't live in that territory. Um, Again though, buddy, I'm with you. I like the direction the Buffalo Bills going. I like the direction Josh Allen, the way he's looking, his focus. Ray Davis,
Oh,
they've really found somewhere to put him and where we can use him as an asset.
I was going to talk about that. I had a feeling you would bring that up as well. He
Oh, buddy,
leads
get it.
he leads the league in kickoff return yardage.
Mhm.
Um, he has a touchdown already. Does he have just one touchdown on a kickoff
One,
return?
yeah. Mhm.
Um, he's averaging the most yards. He's having an all-pro year.
He really
Who would
is.
have thought?
He really is. I had his numbers here. Um,
And it's only been over the last, what, 4 weeks? Even the Houston game, that's the touchdown that he had. Even in the Houston game, he's only been doing this for about 4 or 5 weeks where he's dominated the kickoff return game. It's
they
been
have really
awesome.
they have really found a way to utilize him,
Love it.
and so do I. I love it. And I want to touch on one thing, right? You know what? Let's get to the defense first, and then
All right.
I'm gonna touch on why I think, because we're hearing a lot of Patriots fans says that the refs helped us out, in which I completely disagree with.
Come on, man, please.
You don't drop a 21 point lead
No,
and you blame it on the refs.
no.
So I got a list of like 4 to 5 things in which I believe cost the New England Patriots the game. But before we get to that, we'll get to the defense. Who's your stud, man, on defense? Who's your dud on defense? And what's your overall thing? Because at the end of the day, we did give up 31 points.
We did. You are correct. We gave up some big runs. Our run defense was not very good. Uh, they scored 3 touchdowns on runs. I think the running back had 2, and then Drake May had 1. So that was 21 of their points. It was basically the running game. So that hasn't really been fixed. Shaq Thompson, wasn't Shaq Thompson of 2 weeks ago. Um, our secondary is really starting to become one of the better secondaries in the league. They're doing really, really well. I like the secondary. You know who showed up and kind of was my dog of the defense last week? Milano. Milano was the old Milano. He showed up. He had some great tackles, some big stops, and he really, really was, I think, the dog of that defense. The dog in a good way.
Aside from 2 sacks, he also had 9 solo tackles.
Did he have 2
People,
sacks?
yeah, he had 2
That's
sacks
right. That's right.
and he had 9 solo tackles.
Yeah, he was the man. He was the defensive player for us.
And,
Absolutely.
and that's the Milano vote that we know. The
Oh
Milano vote
God.
that we know had great ball instincts, was a ball hog, had a nose for the ball.
Yep.
He got there before the defense would get there.
Yep.
And again, I think a lot of it has to do with again Shaq Thompson wasn't the Shaq Thompson we seen in the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but I can live there because
Yes.
again, guess what? We also have to reserve him as well because he's not the youngest guy in the world either.
No. No.
And again, these guys playing like that kind of take the stress off one another.
Hmm.
Where guess what? You ain't necessarily gotta be that stud this week.
Right.
You got guys filling in, plugging in these holes. And yeah, Milano was a dog this week, man. He was a dog.
We we got the pressure from. We had to send Milano a couple times. I think we held back on blitzing this our corners and stuff a little bit. We did that less than we did the week before against Cincy because we weren't getting much pressure on the D line. I mean, Bosa ended up having a good game late in the game, had some good pressures and stuff. But our secondary is becoming not elite. I'm not going to say elite, but they're becoming a really solid secondary. And again, that's McDermott's baby. That's what he is known for. That's how he grew up in this business was working with the secondaries. And overall, he's an excellent defensive coordinator. But again, he did a great job. Second half adjustments. They might be the best team adjusting in the second half on defense because we shut everybody down the last 5 weeks on offense in the second half, even in the games that we've lost.
Mhm.
So he gets into the locker room, he looks at whatever he looks at, and he just makes it work in the second half. And it propels our offense to be the best second half offense in the entire league for sure. That's a given because we have outscored our opponents in the second half. Now it's got to be even higher than it was last week because we scored basically 28 points in the second. I think it was 28-13. We outscored the Pats in the second half.
Yeah.
So
Let me ask you something. What do you think is a main factor for that? Like as far as that secondary, touching on the secondary that you mentioned, what do you think is it? Because two things come to mind for me. I would definitely say the leadership and the knowledge and the football IQ of Jordan Poyer, as
definitely,
well as a young bull like Hairston, who you can send him out there and tell him sick him.
yeah. He is. That's who he is right now. Harrison. I think Harrison has the potential to be a Pro Bowl corner. He has the skills. Do you also have Trey White out there? So you have two veteran Pro Bowl. Trey White was an All Pro at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Players out there that are directing traffic, even though they might not have the skill set to athletically like they used to, but they're directing traffic enough with Cole Bishop and Hairston, at least for last week, as Benford was out. And they're getting them in their spots and they're helping these guys out. And I don't know, they're locking up, they're locking down the opponent's wide receivers. I mean, we T Higgins had a big game, but Jamar Chase didn't. So we're
Right.
taking away the receivers that we need. Stephon Diggs did not have a good game last week. That's the
Nope.
secondary,
Right.
you
And I'm
know?
gonna tell you something else. Another main factor too was the Bills had success, unlike other weeks, rushing three.
Yes.
The Bills had a lot of success rushing three this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
And like I said, like you said, rather, a large part of that's because of Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
You
Oh, it
know,
definitely is.
and you said, listen, you said it last week or the week before. You said that you really think Sean McDermott's really the one calling shots, and I and I can see why you say that.
He is. And he took over the defense. I think it was the Atlanta game. That was the first game where we started shutting teams down in the second half, was the Atlanta game.
Yeah,
And he took over the defense. And even though we lost the Texans game and the Falcons game, we still shut their offense down in the second half, and our defense played really well. And it's been that way for the rest of the way. So we're doing good things on defense. Listen, we're missing our big guns on D for sure. But we're getting the job done. As long as we play like that, we got a shot.
yeah, yeah, Todd. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. And I hate to talk like this because this is how Sean McDermott and I talks, right? Like they're actually playing good complementary football, man.
No, they are all three
They really,
phases. He says it, all three
listen,
phases.
we talked about Ray Davis. We talked
Yeah,
about the Buffalo Bills offense. We talked a little about the Buffalo Bills defense. Prater, I mean,
out. He's out.
out, but he made 5 of his extra point kicks. Who
Yeah.
they signed today? They signed what's the
Did they
boy's
sign
name?
someone?
Yeah, they signed
I was looking to see.
Michael. Who the hell was it? I think it's Michael Badgley. They
Oh,
signed Michael Badgley.
they signed him.
Well, they signed him to a practice squad, but you know how that's gonna work. They're gonna
Yeah.
elevate him, and that's
He
that.
was on the Colts. Was he the Colts
The
kicker?
Colts. He was
Yeah.
on the Colts. He's a vet. He's a
He's a
vet.
vet.
I
Sometimes
think
these kickers. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry, but I think I even had him on my fantasy team one year, man.
Yeah, he was good for a little while. No.
Yeah, so
Just
go ahead, Todd. I'm sorry I cut you off,
no,
bud.
it's just like Prater was an awesome kicker. These kickers, they still have it in their blood. And sometimes you find these kickers in a situation like we're in where you just pick them up off the street and then they come in and they start making these great kicks. I mean, Badgley's not as old as Prater. So if we need a 54-yarder in one of these games, he can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yo, no, he definitely got the leg. I think he's 30. Prater's how old? I mean,
Okay.
yeah, Prater's how old? I think Badgley's 30. How
Prater's
old?
40, 42.
Look at that shit.
Prater's
So
40, 41. Yeah.
so it's 11-year difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
So listen,
Yeah.
I'm excited about him. I mean, it's a known name. It's a
Yes.
guy who's been in the league. Again, he's a seasoned vet. And
Yeah.
like you said, these guys been kicking their whole life, man. They've
Yes.
been kicking their whole life.
Yep.
So we should be all right in that department, man. Todd, let me touch on this real quick because a lot, again, like I said, a lot of Pats fans are saying that the Buffalo Bills robbed this game from them because the refs
Stop it.
jerked them and
Come
like
on.
listen, the New England Patriots contribute to their demise. They were a large contributor to their demise. One of the things they did wrong, reasons they lost the game, I'll start with number one. They stopped running the ball.
Yep.
I don't know what they was thinking going into the second half when they came out on not wanting to run the ball again. They got us for 177 yards in the first half
I
on
know.
running the ball. So Josh McDaniels, why would you stop running the ball?
I don't know.
Listen,
I thought that too. I'm like, why would they come out throwing the ball? That's so stupid.
listen on that. What was it? 3rd and 1. They
Yeah.
threw the ball.
Yeah, stupid. I know. I think I commented to you
Yeah,
on that. That's
you
stupid.
text me. You text me. You said, why would they throw a
Stupid.
ball on 31?
Yeah.
But again, you stop running the ball. You gassed us for 177 rushing yards in the first half.
Yeah.
You come out second half, complete different other story.
Yeah.
Second reason why you lost the game, New England Patriots, you could not get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did. They had a hard time.
They had a very hard time getting off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah.
I'll leave that at that, right?
Yeah.
Third reason, New England Patriots, on why you lost the game. Third reason is your red zone defense, honestly, sucked, and it sucked on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Even coming into this game, your 3rd down defense was suspect. Yes. You allowed the Buffalo Bills to score 5 straight touchdowns. For better choice of words, you allowed the Buffalo Bills to score 5 out of 6 times that they was in the red zone.
Yeah.
How you expect to win a game like that if we're being completely realistic?
Yeah, you're not.
Fourth reason why New England Patriots lost the game. Ray Davis controlled field position throughout the whole time, as well as the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's so important. You're starting on the 35, 40-yard line or whatever they start. I mean, even if it's just the 30-yard line, it's such an advantage, especially with Josh Allen.
Right. So you're giving Josh Allen a short field.
Yeah.
And you bitching and moaning, talking about some refs?
Of course. It's stupid.
Secondly, last but not least, rather, you allowed the Buffalo Bills to have 168 total rushing yards.
Yeah.
That's the most you've given up this year.
Yeah.
Prior to this, it was 140. So again, when you factor in, right, your red zone defense was suspect coming into this game, and it wasn't no better during the game. Again, Buffalo Bills, 5 out of 6 times that they was in the red zone, they scored.
Mm-hmm.
When you factor in, you stopped running the ball when you gassed us for 177 yards in the first half. Now you come into the second half and you utilize absolutely none of it. When you lose special teams because Ray Davis was gashing you guys on every punt. And when you also factor in, last but not least, like I said, you allowed 168 rushing yards, which is the most you've given up the whole season in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. And I get it. Just like we said week 5, a lot of these things may not be traditional for these New England Patriots. These are untraditional things that they don't usually do every week. But damn it, own it. Because
Yeah.
again, when we lost, we said, yeah, we lost. We took a loss, but we also was very much aware of that we gave up, what was it, 11 penalties for 90 yards?
Yeah.
We was also well aware of
Yeah.
that we gave up 3 turnovers.
Yeah. We lost the game. We lost the game. They didn't beat us. We beat ourselves in that game for sure.
Right. So New England Patriot fans are looking for a reason to blame the refs,
Yeah.
calling us the new Chiefs, and like, cut it out, man.
Please,
Cut it
please
out.
stop. Please stop with that right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. I saw Vrabel was talking about how they didn't call enough offensive holding. It's like, stop it, please. Um, that's the first time in Gillette Stadium that they lost a 21-0. They gave up a 21-0 lead or something like that. Well, it makes sense. They had Brady all those years. He never got in that situation. So that's the first time that happened. So just you know what, Patriots. They got the Ravens this week. I'm telling you, I think the Dolphins, although it is in New England, I think the Dolphins have a chance of upsetting New England that last game of the year. Uh, I- we have an outside chance for the division, not stressing over it. I think our best spot is to be the 5 seed because then again, like I said last week, we'll play the 4 seed, which will either be Baltimore, who's
Mhm.
just a mess. Even though they have talent, they're a mess. I'm not that afraid of them. Um, what you really want is for Pittsburgh to win the division because send me to Pittsburgh. I have no problem going to Pittsburgh and playing Pittsburgh in the first game of the playoffs. No
Right.
problem at all.
I second that motion.
So
And I second that motion. And I agree. I think the Miami Dolphins do have a chance of beating.
they do.
Yeah, they're still playing hard.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
are.
was
I mean,
watching Monday Night Football, and they were down by X amount of points to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were still calling timeouts. They were
I know.
dude, just burn the clock out. Like you're done. Like you're not gonna come back. You're not gonna win. But they still playing hard, and
Yeah,
so they got a chance of beating them. I
they
think
do.
so.
Um, New England. It depends. Well, if New England's resting guys, that means they have the division, and that means we don't. So it's a divisional game. We'll see. I mean, will they beat the Patriots? It's possible. I'd like to see it. Don't know if they will. I think they can. I'm running around in circles here, but I mean, the Patriots maybe will lose one more game. Um, but that would mean they would win the division, and that's fine. I'm just looking at a 5, maybe a 6 seed. If we're the 6 seed, we would play most likely the Jaguars, who are playing really well, but I'll play Trevor Lawrence. I'll take Josh versus Trevor Lawrence any day of the week. I don't care what anybody says.
I
In Jacksonville, it's fine. We'll be okay.
I'll take Josh over any of these guys to be completely
Any of
honest.
them. Any of
Any
them.
of them. And as far as the Patriots go, even if they drop to the Ravens, the Patriots will have to drop at least one of these games to the division opponents.
They have to drop two out of the next 3 games. Yeah.
Right, and it'll have to be against. It would be best for it to be in the division because
Yeah.
even if we finish tied
It
again,
has to be. Yeah.
if they'll hold the division tie
They
as
do
far
play
as
the Jets. I mean, maybe the Jets will surprise them because maybe it'll just be like one of those games where the Patriots take the Jets for granted. So yes, it has to be. They have to lose 2 out of 3, and one of them has to be a divisional game, and we can't lose again. And that's the only way we're going to win the division. And it's
listen.
possible, but I don't know, not likely.
I I have I have zero faith in the Jets beating anybody.
I know they're bad,
Listen, I got zero faith in that fucking
bad.
team. I don't even know how they even Jet fans. Let me tell you something. The Jets, do you know, Todd? Do you know that the Jets do not have one interception this whole year?
I do know that because I listened to Bill Simmons and they were talking about it. I do know that.
They don't have one interception.
And they only have, I think, maybe 2 turnovers total on defense. I think they only have 2 turnovers on defense.
Listen, it's the craziest
Yeah,
shit in the world, and they just fired their defensive coordinator
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're a mess of a franchise. They're just a mess, and I'm glad we're not. So
I have zero faith in that team beating anybody. I'm
no,
not counting on them. If I was
no,
counting on anybody, it'd probably be the Ravens, and
yeah,
it'll be the Miami Dolphins possibly beating the Patriots. But other than
possible.
that, like I said, as far as the Jets go, I have zero faith in them, man. I don't even know what's going on over there. I
I don't
really do
care.
not.
They're just bad. They're bad. They have a bad owner. They have no quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, in the NFL, you don't have a team. Period.
But pretty much. And you
That's
know what's
it.
sad? Oh, scary. They could have picked Josh Allen.
Of course they could have. So could the Giants have picked Josh Allen. I mean, a lot of teams could have. The Cleveland Browns could have picked him first. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
he would have been if you take him who he is now in that draft, he's the first pick with no question. He'd be on the Cleveland Browns right now.
Yep.
And they probably
Yep.
wouldn't be a bad team with Josh Allen. They've got a phenomenal defense. They've had a running game. They had Chubb for a few years. They got some skill players. If he was on Cleveland, they'd be good. But they
Yeah.
don't have a quarterback either. So, and we got to play them next week.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna beat the hell out of them. I really do.
Here's an issue I have with that game, though.
The trap game?
No,
Oh,
a fucking guy by the name of Miles Garrett,
I know. I
and
know.
it's
He's going
not
for the record.
right.
Yeah, I know.
What is it's Graham's record, right? It's
Yeah.
21 sacks, but he's going for 22. He's tied for it right now, right? Am I right?
Is he tied? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he is tied. Yes.
I think he's tied and he's going for the record. And
You know what though? I got a feeling where it's like, if anything, let him get his sack record early, and then he'll probably be like, "All right, I'm good. I'm gonna chill." Because that team, you know what I mean? Like, give him his 2 sacks early in the first quarter or whatever, first half, and it's like we're winning 14-10. Let him have his 2 sacks. I think he'll chill after that. I don't think he's gonna try to get 4 sacks. Like, I don't think he's gonna care that much.
right, listen from
Let's
your mouth
see.
to God's ears, because I don't need him chasing after our boy, man.
No, Miles Garrett is one of the greatest defensive ends of our lifetime. He's
And
so good.
it's a shame that he chose to.
I know. Why?
He,
The money. It's the money talks. He's making money.
yeah, but shit, man, there come a point like, I mean,
I
we heard
agree.
Josh Allen say one time, like, "What's an
I
extra
agree.
$5,000?" But granted, Miles Garrett was more than $5 million, rather. What's an extra
Yeah,
five
5 million.
million dollars? But damn it, man, like at some point you also play the sport. Listen, your family's set financially already, safe to say,
Big
right?
time. Big time.
So it's about the accolades, man, and about just
Yeah. I mean,
I
he
don't.
signed that contract, and now if he's disgruntled, someone's got to take on that contract. It's huge.
That's a bag of money.
It's huge. So, I thought the Bills might have had a chance, but it was just small potatoes because he just really just wanted to get paid.
Yeah,
So yeah, offense doing their thing. Defense, complementary defense right now. We're not dominating anybody, but we're playing great in the second half. Secondary's doing well, and our special teams, our kick return game has been a quiet. Um, they've been a quiet addition to this winning streak. You know what I mean?
and talking about that special team, that's usually the New England Patriots special team
Yeah,
because they got one of the best punt returners in the game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's all good. And McDermott, I love that guy. I always have. The players like playing for him. I was questioning whether, when we were kind of a few weeks back going, what's going on? He's been great too. He's been playing. He's been coaching amazingly, getting these guys motivated, mentally prepared, adjustments. The in-game adjustments is Belichick like. Belichick was the master at in-game adjustments, second half adjustments. Not every coach can do it. Not every coach can adjust, and it's not easy to do. And McDermott on the defensive side is definitely doing it. He's
Yeah,
doing it better than anybody because he has to, and it's working.
yeah, I would agree. Listen, I'm very optimistic about this year. I really am. I think that, and not because Mahomes is out and because you may be having another couple of guys out. I, I just felt like very early on, like things were destined to be this year. And again, I may be wrong, and
Yeah.
I just like the story, and listen, that's what sports is, man. A great fucking story at the end of the day. And
I mean, yeah, I like I said at the beginning, this is the best I have felt about them all year. Is this after this win? I'm not even worried about. It's not even like, oh, I think we're going to win the division and we're going to be a 2 seed because we're going to. If we win the division, we actually, we actually would be a 2 seed. It's if we won the division, there's a good chance we would be the 2 seed. Isn't that crazy? There's a good
insane,
chance. Yeah, but
insane.
yeah,
And
um,
listen, I'm gonna go on record saying this. I'm okay with the Miami Dolphins. You hear me? I'm okay with the New England Patriots ending our streak
that's
and
fine.
going ahead. And listen, we spoke about this, you and I. Go ahead and end our streak and win the division. I'd much rather end your season.
Of course.
So go ahead,
Yeah,
win the division. But again, I'd
yeah,
much rather end your season.
yeah.
And again, I'm optimistic about this year, man. I'm optimistic about how the end of this year is gonna end. And
Philadelphia is going to be a good test because they're Super Bowl champs and they've got a lot of talent. They're in Buffalo. They had a nice win last week. They dominated. And
I mean, but
they
they
had.
played the Raiders. Like,
I know Raiders are garbage. I know. I
yeah,
know. But
yeah,
they took care of business in a big way. They scored a lot of points. They shut up. I think they shut them out? Wasn't it 31-0?
yeah. Yep.
Um, so we'll see where they're at in a couple weeks. They got that's 2 weeks away. I think we can definitely hang with them. They have a ton of talent. I mean, just kind of like their offensive talent is similar, I think, maybe to like Cincinnati's was. They got the receivers. They've got Saquon, who hasn't had a great year, but he's still Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts doesn't scare me, but he's gone to 2 Super Bowls, so he's not a bad quarterback.
Right. I mean, if there's anyone that we talked earlier about quarterbacks and who we scared of and how we think Josh Allen will be the best quarterback coming out the AFC, if there's ever a quarterback that's good, I mean, I don't think he's nowhere close to Josh Allen. Let's get it that.
No,
But
no,
he's experienced, he's seasoned, he's been under the lights, he's been under the pressure.
yeah,
Jalen Hurts is a good test for that.
yeah. He's been to 2 Super Bowls already, and he's won
Mhm.
one. So and he hasn't had a long career. So he's done something right. And that organization is a solid one. They make good trades. They draft really well. The Eagles defense is really good. You know what though? The Texans beat us up for sure. Um, but the way we're playing right now and that mindset that we were talking about or we've been talking about, I feel like we can beat any defense. I feel like we can figure it out on offense somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but I feel like we can do it.
No, I don't think you're stupid at all. I think you make a lot of sense. And seeing what we've seen, and just seeing the way we don't have a number one wide receiver, so they say, right? But just seeing the way that we're using, like Cook is a fucking monster,
He's
man.
awesome. He's awesome.
Like even this week, like his football IQ is insane, also because he reminds me a lot of a Le'Veon Bell. You know how Le'Veon Bell was patient.
Yeah.
He played like chess out there as
Yeah.
far as his blockers go, and then but he's also smart enough to know like a week like this week the Patriots use their safeties very well when it comes down to the running game.
Yeah.
Well, he was smart enough to know that and understand that. Of course, a lot of it goes to film, right?
Sure.
But he's able to execute it.
Yeah.
He was smart enough to know he can't be that patient runner this week.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about last week.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knew enough to know
Yeah. To
I have
explode
to grab the ball and I got to hit
and
that hole right
explode.
there. Is
Yeah.
only going to be up right. I got to hit that hole right there.
Yeah.
I think I'm so glad we signed that guy. I'm
Me
so glad
too.
we signed that guy.
Me too. We definitely needed him. We need him. He's having an all-pro year, and his vision is excellent. And when he hits the hole, he's able to just maneuver himself in these small spaces and make his little cuts. He's not a big guy. He's obviously very fast. He hits the hole and he's shifty. He's shifty.
Mhm.
He's a crafty, shifty, fast running back. And I'm glad he's ours.
Yep. He, like you said, he's not big,
No.
but he's even able to get smaller.
Yes.
You know, and he's one of the best cutback running backs in the league, if not the best.
No doubt.
I can't think of no one who's a better cutback running back than what James Cook is. You factor that in. You factor in the fact that we're using our tight ends correctly. You factor in the fact that we have the threat of a Cooks. We have the threat of a Palmer if these guys can stay healthy. And then that's not even touching on a Josh Allen. Like we spoke about this just a few minutes ago. I like the direction of this offense. If our defense can hold up, I think we'll be okay.
Is there a chance Ed Oliver may come back for the playoffs? Do we know anything about that?
That's what they're saying. I mean, I know Sean McDermott touched on it last week. Actually, he said that if we can go to the playoffs, obviously he ain't gonna say when we go to playoffs, but if we can get to the playoffs, it's a shot that Ed Oliver will be back.
Wow, I mean that would be a nice addition. Even if Bernard is healthy for the playoffs, he'd be good in passing situations. Ease him in, bring him in. I don't know how you figure it out, but we've been healthy the last, knock on wood. We've been healthy the last couple of weeks too. I mean, Benford. I don't know what Benford did to his toe, but I think they were just being cautious. He probably could have played, but
I think so too. I think this time of year,
yeah,
because everybody's playing hurt. Everybody has some type of injury.
Yeah.
And so I think what they doing is they say, you know what, listen, based on the position you play, which is a very demanding position.
Yeah.
You're cutting, you're stopping, you're going. Let's sit you out.
Yeah.
And I think we should be okay. And again, they went in there knowing what they were gonna do. And they said we can probably go without you this week. Just sit it out and we get it right.
It worked out. Because they don't have elite receivers in New England. So
no.
And Cleveland, I mean, maybe we'll get to Cleveland. Maybe you'll ask, about that. But Cleveland doesn't have much of anything. I mean, and on offense, defensively, they're solid, but they're a beaten down franchise. I don't even know what they're playing for other than Myles Garrett's sack record. There's really nothing they're playing for. I don't think Stefanski likes Shadir Sanders. I don't think he wanted to pick him. And Sanders hasn't shown us much. I'm not worried about him doing much damage, to our defense.
Yeah, neither am I. It's funny. I'm gonna just backtrack a little bit. You said New England Patriots wide receivers. I'm gonna say something that you're probably gonna disagree with me on.
What?
It's funny how Jersey can change the way you look at a motherfucker. I don't like Mac Hollins no more, man. I think he does too much now. Now he does all that climbing a ladder and this and that, and like you're doing too much, man. Like I loved him 12 months ago. At this time, I loved him, but now I'm like, oh, this fucking guy, man.
I was watching him during the game, and they featured him a little bit, coming in with no shirt and no socks on in the freezing cold. I was like, all right, that's a little over the top. I think, my oldest was watching the game with me, my son Zion, and I said, I still can't figure out how we let him go over such a little amount of money. It wasn't like he was breaking the bank. I think they just paid him like $2 million a year. I'd rather have Mac Hollins on our team as our wide receiver than what we got, than Keon Coleman. But I hear what you're saying. Like, you realize he's on the other team, and I think he gets under people's skin when he is on your team. He gets on the other team's skin, and that's what he did to us. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's 100% of what it is. But you're right, and I'm not gonna disagree with that. I don't know how we let him go. Mac Hollins should be a Buffalo Bill right now.
Yeah, he'd be perfect. He's perfect. Like, his presence.
Did you see that? Did you see his catch radius? Like the way he's able to pull down certain balls, and that's exactly what Josh Allen needs. Could you I just don't know.
The fact that we're talking about him as our number one receiver is kind of silly, because he's not that at all. But for us, he would be. He would be.
Like, if you ask me, he kind of became like kind of a stud when he came to Buffalo, because when he was with the Raiders and
the Eagles,
right? He really
and the Dolphins. He was on the Dolphins,
right? Absolutely. So I don't know, but Todd, we're gonna get out of here, man. Any predictions you got for me? Any hit me with some Toscadamus stuff, man. What do you think? Like I said, we got the Browns I don't want to go as far as saying it should be a cakewalk because last time we said that
No.
shit, we got our teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
But
I,
it's a game
I,
that the Buffalo Bills should win.
they should listen. If they don't win this, then we're right back to where we started as to what is this team? What are we doing? I think we'll be fine. I think it could be like a 28. It might be like a 28-13 game. We might not break 30 points because maybe we'll be in a position where Josh can take a breather. Maybe it's going to be 28-3 for a good portion of the game. I can kind of see something like that. We come out of the gate. Maybe we try different things against their defense, but their defense is pretty good. So we've got to be careful. It's probably going to be cold, but I haven't looked at the weather yet, and that's not an issue for us because we do that anyway, playing in Buffalo. But I can see like a 28-13, like a 2 touchdown victory, that kind of thing.
I
You
can see
know,
that.
um,
Just,
are they going to win 41-0? I'm not calling that kind of a game.
I don't have them going over 10 points though, to be completely honest with you.
All
And
right.
it's only because it's Shador Sanders again. And
Uh,
I'm gonna go on record saying this. I'm actually pulling for the kid because he's being hated on so much that
yeah,
I actually want him to do well.
he didn't
Because
do anything wrong.
again, it's probably personal vendettas against his father.
Yeah,
Um, and the thing is, with him, you're getting a package deal. Like
yeah,
you sign him, you signing Dion. And
yeah,
let's be for real, Dion has a platform unlike us,
yeah,
where if he makes a phone call, he'll have 5 million people watching that shit. So
absolutely. Yeah,
if he goes to the wrong team and Dion's unhappy with it, Dion will go on there and say it, and your team will be put on blast. So
yeah.
I think a lot of teams stay away from that.
I will say this. I think the defense is going to have 3 interceptions. I'm going to call that right now.
Mm,
3 interceptions we're going to have.
nice.
He's going to throw 3 interceptions.
Nice.
I think Hairston. I called it last week. I thought Hairston. I think I mentioned when we were texting each other during the game. I'm like, I think it's time for Hairston to get a turnover. But it ended up being Trey White got the interception. We got the turnover because it was kind of like that time of the game where it's like, all right, it's turnover time. Trey White
Right.
got the interception. It was huge. I think Hairston. This might be a game for him where he has an interception, and maybe he comes out a little bit nationally where it's like, all right, who's this young kid? I think he might have a game for himself. Kind of like Cole Bishop did a few weeks ago when it was like, all right,
Right.
Cole Bishop needs to show up, and he did. I think Harrison's gonna have a good game. I'm gonna say 3 interceptions for the defense,
Nice. So we got a game
which
prediction.
yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, which just means more possessions for us and more scoring. So
So we got a game prediction. We got 3 interceptions. Good. Anybody on the offensive side of the ball you see shining?
I think Cook's gonna have a big game. I think we're gonna get the running game going. Uh, And I think Josh is just going to be efficient. I don't know if he's going to have to do too much. I hope, I mean, we'll see. This is the game where one of the receivers, I don't know how good the Brown secondary is. I haven't paid any attention to them. I know their defense is solid because of Myles Garrett. Um, Maybe one of the receivers can finally have a decent game.
How about a
Finally.
Keon, man? How about Keon? You show up for something, right?
Listen, let's hope so.
Show up for
Maybe he can
something.
come out of his shell. Who's going to be the late bloomer with the last 3 weeks? Who's going to be the late bloomer that just takes us into the playoffs? Because it happens every year with these teams. Is like somebody just comes out of nowhere and just has like 4 weeks of just like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Maybe that'll be Keon. I hope so.
Listen, it's in our best interest for this kid to work out. I know he hasn't worked out. I've given him a little bit of slack here and there, but not as of lately because I think enough's enough. I think it's time for him to step up.
Yeah.
In the big leagues now, kiddo. So do
Yeah.
your thing, man. But
Yeah.
that's it, Todd. I also got to win. I think the Buffalo Bills will crack 30 because that's another thing that these teams got to factor in, man. Even us as Bills fans, we're not happy with our offense all the time. But listen, we cracking 30 every damn game, damn
We
near.
st- we st- we do. We always have. It's kind of weird, right?
Right. So it's one of those things. Um, and I think again, I don't think that the Cleveland Browns will pass 10 points. I think that McDermott, we spoke about this last week. McDermott does a very good job on opposing young quarterbacks.
Yeah, he does. And bad teams. He's usually
Right.
good with bad teams. Yeah.
So I think the Buffalo Bills find a way to keep them under 10. So I'll
I
go
like it.
30-10 Buffalo Bills.
All right. Sounds good to me, man.
That's it, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I again, I'm in a good mind. I'm in a good frame of mind with this team. I like how they've played. I've loved how they've played. I'd like us to come out of the gate and not be down in a hole. I don't think we will be against Cleveland. And I'm excited going forward. We've got 6 weeks left of regular season and playoffs, and I think we're getting there. I really do.
Yep. Agreed, buddy. So Todd, let's get out of here, man. We'll touch base during the week, of course.
Okay.
And maybe we see if we can get on sometime before the game, man.
Yeah, that's good. Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
get us out of here and I'll wrap us up and then we finito.
Go Bills.
Let's go Buffalo.
Peace.
Man, you guys are as tough as nails. Team above everything else, huh? Have a good time. Love y'all. Wait on 3, 1, 2, 3.